Welcome back, Belmont Artists. It's good to see you again today. Well, it's good imagining that I'm seeing you here today. We are going to try a new product. We're going to kind of build on what we did last time with the block letters, because we're going to be using some lettering and things like that. But we're also going to be talking about something that everybody has to do nowadays. Let me show you. It's the mask. I gotta be honest, not a fan of the mask, but I do what I'm supposed to do. So today we're going to do a little project where we draw a face and a mask, and let me just show you. First of all, we are going to need a piece of paper. Now, just like usual, you use whatever paper you have. If you have plain white paper, that's fine. If you have a drawing pad, that's fine. If you have notebook paper, that'll work too. I just want to make sure that we engage and do this together. Now, the first thing we're going to have to do is make a fold in this paper. So if you watch right down here, I have my paper. I don't want to fold it all the way in half. I want to fold it about into a square. And you can just eyeball it. If you really wanted to, you could get out a ruler and you can know that that's 8.5 and you want it to be 8.5 this way. But you can just eyeball it and figure out about where you fold it to make a square. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to start with that. Then what we're going to do is draw a face over the folded flap. Now, we're not going to try to do a very realistic face today, so I'm just going to kind of do a face like this. I'm going to give it a neck and might give it some shoulders. There we go. Now, doesn't look very impressive. It might not end up very impressive, never know. So, this is going to be the upper half of the face, obviously, and this is the lower. Now, before I get too far, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to try to mimic those lines. So what I could actually do is kind of push hard right here on this chin area, and that'll leave a little dent in my paper, and I'm going to try to mimic the shape on this back side. Same thing, I'm going to see, okay, right about here is where my neck is. About here. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're never going to be able to see both of them at the same time. And then I'm going to make my shoulders. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Once you have a drawing similar to this is your start, you're going to have face on this side and then a face on this side. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to put a mask on this guy, and then when you open it up, the mask will be off. This could be a guy, a girl, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter, just as long as you follow these steps. So on this outer one, let's start with the mask. I'm going to come up like it's over the nose, come back down, and then all the rest of this will be mask right down here. And so you can decorate your mask however you want to, or you can leave the mask like just a regular white mask, a blue mask, or a solid color. It doesn't matter. So then we're going to work on the top. Now this is the part I like. I'm going to give it some big eyes. Ooh, that's kind of crazy big. Big cartoon looking lights in the eyes. These eyes might be a little bit too crazy. I have to redo this whole thing. Do some eyebrows over it. Now it's kind of hard to tell. Now I do these little lines. That's where the nose would be starting. And if you look at your own nose, you'll see that you'll see a line that comes up right over these eye sockets into your eyebrows, so you could actually make those lines go all the way up if you wanted to. And then whatever kind of hair you want, let's just do this. I'm going to do some. Now I'll add more detail when I do color later. I'm just going to give my guy some spiky hair, a little bit like mine. Now in doing so, I'm going to kind of eliminate this line that I drew for the top of the head. Now, like I said, I'll work on that a little bit more. When I start to add color. Now, ears start, like if you go from the side of your eyes straight back, that's usually right around the top of your ears. They actually go almost to the top of your eyes. So I'm going to start an ear right here. They don't stick out real far unless you want them to. And then I'm just going to curve them in right towards where the mouth would be. A lot of times when people draw ears, they just do little bitty ears that look like monkey ears sticking out the side of your face. Now, let's come over here. Since we have a line for the ear, I'm going to come down for the ear. Now for the nose, I'm just going to kind of fade those lines out. I'm going to do kind of a cartoony nose. I'm just going to do just like a bump. And then for the mouth, I'm going to do a big old creepy smile. Maybe this will turn out okay, we'll see. Do some teeth. Do a tongue. There we go. We'll finish up the details on the eyes later. Right now they look a little dead-eyed. Now if I wanted this to be me, I'll draw give him a beard. I kind of want it to be like I'm drawing me. I'm just kind of scribbling on some details. There we go. Now these eyes are bothering me. So I'm going to come in here and make the middle of this eye. Keep that. This little triangle on each eye is the light reflection. If you look at somebody's eyes, you can see a reflection of light in their eyes, depending on where the light's coming from and what it is. So I'm going to make this middle of the eye super black, super dark. Push down real hard for that. Now, when we do this, you only really have to draw the whole face once because the rest of it's covered with the mask. So now I'm going to do green. Sunbeam coming out. You can do yours however you want. This is just how I'm doing mine. I'm only doing the eyes right now because it was really bothering me that they look so creepy. On the outside, I'm going to do brown. This is a weird looking face, y'all. I'm not trying to do it perfect. I'm just trying to have some fun today. Now, we know that we wear masks around people that we don't want to get sick and stuff, but around our friends and family who we know that we can safely take off our masks, you know, with permission and making sure that everybody's comfortable with it. I think sometimes when I have my mask on, I'm a little bit grumpy, but when I take my mask off, that's when things get fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover up this, and I'm going to make little bitty marks on the sides, just little marks. You might not even be able to see them, 2 little marks. So I know what's going to be behind this. And right here, I'm going to make some of my block letters. And I'm going to be laughing. Big ha-ha. I'm going to say things like, smile. That's what we really want to see right now. Everybody smiles. I miss people's faces. Smile. And say some things like this. Stay. And we're going to put safe. Stay safe. Ha ha, smile, stay safe. You know, be nice. That's one that we did last week. I'm kind of letting some of these letters I'm letting stick together, and some I'm letting, I'm keeping separated. So we're gonna have all that. So in the mask, gonna be like, oh no, sad, sad. But when you open it up, things are gonna get exciting. So right now, I'm gonna start coloring all this in, and I'll speed this up so you can color, you can pause, you can stop, whatever you wanna do, and we'll finish this up real quick. And there we have it. Now, I want to see yours. If you get a chance, you can email them to me. You can show them to me in our Google Meets. But I would love to see what you do. I don't want you to copy mine. I want you to make it your own. Always make it your own. But this is mine. Here's my little guy. Don't look very happy, but underneath that mask, he's happy, ready to live life, ready to see everybody. And I'm ready to see you. Can't wait to see you again next week. Keep doing art. Thanks, guys.